Well, happy Sunday and Father's Day and first day of summer and something else too. I don't know if it's the longest day of the year, but something else. There's like three things happening today. But anyways, happy Sunday. So I think last video might have been Monday. I don't know. It might even been Tuesday. I don't know. I'm just going to claim chemo brain for everything now moving forward because I can't remember anything. So if I repeat something that I said in a previous video, oh well, you get to hear it again if you've watched multiple videos. And if not, then you won't be like, what the heck is this lady talking about? But anyway, still rocking Professor X look. Which when I started this video, I was like, wow, that is a shiny head. But I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm just unfiltered. No makeup, no nothing. I'm not editing anything. Not going back and changing my words. So this is just unapologetically me. But anyway, let's get to it. So some interesting stuff happened last week. Tuesday when I was in the office, I was just talking about like my experience with the HOC and how it's just not been the greatest and how I don't trust anybody there, and I felt like I'm like stuck there. Like I was almost like bamboozled. Like this is gonna be great. We're really gonna care for you, and then it's like you're stuck in treatment, and if you want to change, you gotta lengthen your time of treatment. And then just like how rude the one scheduling nurse was and snapping at me, making me cry, and like I've just been the nicest person to all them, considering all the things that they've messed up. And was just talking about how they don't listen to me, how I have to see like six different PAs, and the president of my company was like, when my sister had cancer, she's literally met her doctor every single week. Like a PA would do the initial thing, but then the doctor would come in, and I'm like, oh no, I'm lucky to see the doctor. Like, I only see her if there's like a huge problem and she has to come look at me, or like a check in every once in a while. So I conveyed all that, just giving everybody like an idea of like how difficult this is. And then I went out to go take this little booth that you can't really see over here out for a WALK. And then I guess Michelle and our president was like chatting, and then she was like, I'm gonna make a call. So she's got a friend that's in a decent spot over at Beaumont Royal, and so she told her what was happening with me and just gave her like a synopsis. And her friend was like, I'm going to go talk to them right now, the HOC. So then I get a ping in Slack from the president, and she's like, can you come see me or I can come see you? And I'm like, okay, I'll come see you. So I walk in, and she's like, I hope you're not mad at me. And then she tells me that she reached out to her friend. And I was like, no. I'm like, if anything, I'm grateful. Like, thank you for this. And so she was like, send me an email, just like kind of bullet point the things you've been going through. And I was like, okay, cool. So I go back to my desk, I'm like typing it up, and then all of a sudden I look over and my phone's ringing, and it's the HOC. And I was like, wow, that was quick. So then as I'm picking up the phone, president's coming out of her office to like catch me, and I'm pointing at my phone. So then she comes and like writes on a piece of paper like her friend's name, and that I'm a family of the friend, or friend of the family. Family of the friend. That's interesting. Friend of the family. But so the HOC. So she's like, so your friend came by to see me and told me some things. I'd really like to hear it from you. So I told her, about everything and how, I just don't feel like I can trust anybody. Nobody listens to me. There's too many PAs. They don't communicate with each other. When I talk about like an issue I'm having, they're just like, here's a drug, take a drug. And don't think to ask me any questions. Like when I was having the stomach issues, what are you eating? The second I stop eating watermelon, my stomach issues go away. And it's like, you couldn't have asked me what my diet was. Like I've literally been talking every single week about how I can't eat anything and there's very little things I can eat. So you think that would be an obvious thing to ask. But no, these people are just like, move on, move on, move on. And, just basically how I felt like a number. I told her I felt like I was stuck there. I said, the place is depressing. I'm like, I don't feel like I can trust you people. And I'm fighting for my friggin' life right now. Like, literally trusting you guys to not let me die. And you guys, I can't trust you. And, told her about the lady at the front desk and how like exactly how she was like snapping at me like well, you're not going to get an appointment moved because she's booked. And if you're moving your appointment, it's going to be in September. And it's like, my chemo is going to be done before September. I'm supposed to meet with the doctor before that. And then, like, how I had to cry to get her to actually try to switch my appointment, which was easy peasy once she did it. So the lady I was talking to was the office manager at the HOC, and she was like, I could tell she was bothered by it, and I made the comment too where I was like, if not for myself, I'm like, there's other people that are dealing with this and are afraid to say something. I'm like, and she agreed that like if it's happening to one person, it's happening to more. Like especially with that front desk lady, the scheduling nurse. So and then when I was telling her about how like I didn't like how I had so many doctors or PAs, she was like, well, what two do you want? Because I had mentioned I'd rather just see two. Like I get it, I can't always have the same one, but this six different ones is not working. So she wrote in my file like what two I wanted, and then I said to her, I also had asked for like early morning appointments, and I'm like first in the morning, and I'm like, I realize I can't always get the first appointment. I go, but now I'm starting to doubt whether that was even noted in my account because nobody listens to me. And so she made a note in my account to give me first like morning appointment, and then she was even like, "Are your appointments coming up okay?" Which my next two appointments were 8 a.m., 8 a.m. So I was like, "Oh yeah, those are completely fine." So she made note about that, and then I realized while I'm talking to her, she was the same person that helped me when that shot got stuck, and was so nice. And I cried to her on the phone back then, and that she ended up, talking to the doctor and getting that second backup shot ordered, which ended up working out. So it's like, I thanked her for that. Like once I realized it was her who I was talking to, I was like, I really appreciate you from back then, because I'm like, that was great. I loved it. Like nobody was helping me, and I even said about that, I'm like, you would think, knowing that I needed that shot, you guys would have been paying attention to your system to see whether or not the shot had actually moved, and it hadn't. So, like, she agreed with me. But so that was Tuesday. So then my mom was in town. She was coming to me with me to my Wednesday checkup, which was with Dr. N. So it was very interesting when we showed up at HOC. Normally, when I walk in, the lady that's at the front desk, who's nice, like I have no issues with her, she's kind of like, who are you here to see? And then is like fumbling with her folders and can never find my folder. And then it takes her a second, whatever. So I walk in the door, literally sees me, pulls my folder out from the pile, and is like, blah, 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 with my birthday. And I'm like, yup. And then she's like, all right, have a seat. We'll be right with you. And then my blood draw was my favorite blood draw nurse. And so I made a point to tell her again, because I always tell her how much I love her. And then I asked for her name because I'm keeping track of names now. Because one, I want to give people props and accolades that do a great job and make me feel like I'm cared for. And so I was like, give me your name and you're the best. So Jordan, you are the best blood draw person at the HOC in Royal Oak. Honestly, I don't even know. I absolutely love you. So got my blood drawn, and then went and waited in the waiting room with my mom. We got called back to see Dr. N. It wasn't like a super long wait like the last time. And then Dr. N came in, and I didn't really notice a difference with Dr. N. She did make one comment about the watermelon thing, which I had not told her about, and about how I figured it out on my own. And I hadn't even told the PA that, I don't think. So I'm pretty sure that the office manager had a conversation with Dr. N. But anyway, so the tumor was originally 4x4. Now it's 2x2, she said. So it's definitely shrunk. So Sally, get the fuck out of there. I just swore, so it's probably gonna get, not that I'm getting monetized on this. Nobody's watching these videos, but anyways, sorry for the swear word. But yeah, so it shrunk. And then while I was there, I asked her about my eye twitching because my eye's been twitching for well over a week now, and found out that's because my eyelashes want to get out of my face, and apparently that bothers the eyelids, so it twitches. So y'all, just hop out. I'm tired of the eye twitching. It gets really annoying. I mean, it's not as bad right now, but it just comes and goes where it's like pulsing all the time. And then I had to show her this red like mark on my toe because I thought I had just scraped it and I'd been putting like antibiotic on it and nothing was happening, and like five stepped on it that morning and it really hurt. So I show it to her and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's an infection. I'm gonna give you antibiotic." She didn't say this infection. She gave it like a scientific name, but she didn't say is common with chemo. My mom was like, "Is it because of chemo?" And she was like, "Yeah." Why wouldn't you just tell me that? Like, why wouldn't you say this infection is common with chemo? Instead, I'm sitting there, like, had my mom not asked that question, I could have been, like, second guessing, like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Like, just tell people stuff. It's helpful. Like, gosh almighty, I don't know what their problem is at the HOC, but I understand why they have 3 out of 5 stars on Google now. It's very evident why. And after I'm done with my treatment, I'll be leaving a review and urging everybody to find a better place to go, because even with getting like a little better treatment in one appointment does not make up for the BS. But yeah, so I was kind of annoyed by that because I was like, God, just tell me things. So yeah, so I have some scientific name infection because it's a infection on my nail bed, I guess. So she even mentioned to me like, if your nail starts to lift, don't mess with it. Just put a band-aid on it to keep it down. I remember one of the PAs, actually maybe two of the PAs, saying, I haven't heard of anybody here losing their toenail. Stop telling me things aren't going to happen, because apparently it's going to happen to me if you tell me it's not going to happen. Like, oh, you should only be a little tired, not feel like you got hit by a Mack truck. I get hit by a Mack truck. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. So yeah, they were way nicer at the HOC. Very, very curious to see how chemo goes this coming Thursday. Because I know my file's got a note on it that's like family friend of bloop. So love that. Thank you, president of my company. I absolutely love you. I'm not gonna throw your name out on here like everybody else, but you are the best. So yeah, so Thursday I had the day off because I was going to a concert later in the night. So earlier that day, my mom and I went to Gilda Club, which a lot of people don't know who that is, which I guess I'm old, but Gilda Radner, she was on Saturday Night Live in the very beginning. Look her up. She is hilarious. But anyway, she had cancer. She's from Michigan. They originally started the foundation in New York, I think is what they told me. But then they opened up some other areas. So there's one that's literally like 5 minutes from my house. It's in this beautiful big 19 like 20s craftsman's house, like a little mansion thing. And so we went there for new member meeting. So went there. It was very, everybody obviously super nice there. So there was one other lady there who had lost her husband to cancer like the week before, and I was shocked that she was there. I mean, props to her. So we just kind of had like an informal meeting. They went over all the stuff that they have at the Gilda Club, which they have so much support. Like they have a couple like support groups that I'm gonna go to. One of them is after work, so I can go to that one. But then like a lot of the other ones are at like 11:30 or like during the day, so I don't know how many I'll be able to make. But they have a virtual option for a lot of these things. They have art therapy, they have sound therapy, which I'm very interested to see what that is. They offer Reiki, yoga, and then they have like family activity stuff. Like this coming Wednesday, they have a petting zoo, and my mom, my sister, and my niece are going to be in town, so we're going to go to the petting zoo, which I think is very fun. They have barbecues occasionally. I guess I don't know if it's Gilda's birthday or the anniversary of the Gilda Club Foundation, but there's a big party that's coming up, and the brother is going to be there of Gilda Radner. So I think I'm going to go to that. Like I'll probably be going by myself to that one, which is fine. It's like I have gone to stuff by myself before, so I'm not worried about that. But it's just like a very nice place. They have a lot of resources. Originally, I was like, I don't need a support group. I'm tough. I just do stuff on my own. I can get through this. But it's nice, and I guess I should probably like branch out there and hear other people's stories, and if anything, maybe I can be helpful at some point too. So yeah, so Gilda Club, absolutely love that. We were supposed to get massages after that, but thankfully the one got canceled because the guy that was going to give my mom her massage cut his hand, and then I was like, we were going to get like at the same time, so I don't need to go get one now. So that got canceled, which was thankful because like we were at the Gilda Club almost until our massage time. So then we went and got something to eat after that, and then my mom left to go back up to the Lansing area. And then right after that, I started getting a migraine aura. And I had had one the Friday before and took Nurtec, and it worked like a charm. But I don't know why it came back. So I started getting the aura, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I got a concert tonight. So pop Nurtec again. Thank goodness I had extra sample pit tablets. I got two more now, so this migraine better not come back again. I'm like, so it like came back on a Thursday when I'd had it on Friday. So does that mean it's coming back on Wednesday this week? No, no, thank you. Stay away. I'm dealing with enough right now. So I had to like kind of lay around for like 2 hours, but thankfully that went away. And then my friend Taylor came over, and then we went to Connor Price and Nick D. Such a great concert. I am not a big concert person anymore because they're long, they're late, and I just get tired and want to go. But I'm glad I went to this. It was a small venue in Royal Oak. It was crazy the diversity of people. I mean, I we originally thought we were gonna be like the oldest ones there. No, I don't think we were. Or I could have been the oldest one there, because there were some gray haired people there, parents, I guess. But I could have been actually older than them. But anyways, a lot of kids, and it was great. The music was loud, a lot of flashing lights. Didn't Nurtec kept me in the gold, so I ended up getting home I think like about 10:30 or something. But yeah, it was a great time. I had a good time at Connor Price. Definitely recommend seeing him in concert if possible. His concerts are don't go to a lot of places, or his tour. That's the word I'm looking for. Tour. His tour doesn't. But anyways, dig him. So Friday, we were closed for Juneteenth. So I didn't have work then. I one of my wigs was in. My short wig was in, but the long one is back ordered due to the color. I don't know. I guess it's in high demand. But so, anyways, I drove out to go pick up my wig. So got the short wig, and I'll wear it for one of the next videos, I guess. But it it's crazy how real these wigs look, and I like it, but it's just weird because I know it's not my hair, and I've gotten used to this. So I don't know. Like I'll wear it. I'm glad I have it. I in hindsight wish I would have gotten two because I don't need to. But in the winter, it'll be nice to have it because I did notice we've had some cooler weather in Michigan, and at nighttime, the dome hurt. It hurts from the cold, and like even at bedtime because I had like a fan on. If I had to like change where the fan was because my head was starting to hurt for how cold it was, I was like, I'm gonna have to wear a nightcap like they did back in the days and be like, oh, grandma's gotta put a nightcap on. So yeah, so went up to the dog park twice. Just had Good Friday, not like Good Friday like that before Easter. I think it's before Easter, but anyway. And then yesterday, Saturday, went and saw Toy Story 5 with Taylor and Megan before it came along too. Cute, super cute. Hadn't been to a theater in probably 7 years. Tried popcorn. It was hit or miss. Like when I would get the pieces that weren't buttered, it tastes good. But then like near the end, I was just kind of eating it. Oh, also tried Taco Bell. I think Friday it was. It's not as bad as it tasted initially, but still not the Taco Bell that I remember. So I had the theory that my taste was going to come back since I prolonged chemo. And I mean, I still have a couple days before chemo to see if it does, but as of now, it's like slightly back, but not to what it should be. Like pop still doesn't taste right. It's like I'm drinking a pop with just all carbonation and no fizz. But so yeah, that's it. Other than that, oh, the glue finally came off the port completely, and there's another stitch I see, maybe two. So now I'm gonna have to go back to Beaumont Grosse Point to have them pull the stitch up and snip it so it can go back into my skin. Not looking forward to that because I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I can't do it Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday, my family's gonna be here. Thursday's chemo. So maybe I can drive out there Friday morning. I don't know. Such a pain in the butt that I got to go do this because these stitches, like, I don't know, my body rejected them and was like, don't want these in here. But yeah. So I think that's about it. Yeah. So hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. It's almost over and we're back to work soon. Not a big fan, but it is what it is. And I'll have Thursday off. And then I plan on working on Friday because I don't know, why not? So, all right, I will catch you guys on the flip side and see you later, alligators.